flawed human.
Oh, hello, and welcome to another episode of Flawed Human Being TV. Today, I am going to show you a recent track I did on the channel. It's an MF Doom Mad Villain remix called Great Day, RIP Doom. And it shows the process that I used normally to make most of my beats. So I thought that would be good to just kind of share. And, I can show you what I do on Ableton and what I do on the 404 and what I don't know how to do on the 404, which is a lot. But yeah, let's get into it. First, like or subscribe below. Helps me know what content's good, what content's bad, and if you love me. Let's go. All right, here we are in Ableton. So yeah, I just kind of have a few tracks. Hold those, close those for now because they're secret. But yeah, so we have drums, hi-hats, and more drums. So that's kind of basically the whole song is drums. So here's the main drums. Whoa. All right. So I had those going, and then I found a sample. Sample was Roger Webb's World of Yesterday. If you want to look that up on the YouTubes, it's pretty good. So I sampled that, and then kind of put, this is the track with the sample then. So yeah, so I put that together. I realized it was just 88 beats per minute. So I've remixed this song before, so I remembered that it was about that speed. So I got lucky and found the acapella and for Doom, and yeah, put that in here, and it lined up and everything. But at this point, what I would do is export a WAV file, and that's so we can put it on the 404. And so we go to File, Export, Audio, Video, and then we have to put in the length, and then I have WAV selected here, and then we just hit export, and that's send it out to the interwebs, but not really, it'd just be on your computer. And then from there, what I would do is actually export to, or not export, put it on the SD card for my 404. So I'm going to show you how that works now. All right. Here we are with the SD card slot of the 404. Basically, I still have this on. I don't know if people still keep this on, but this is a little protector that goes on over where the card is. And then basically you just like boop, push it in, card comes out, and then you come all the way back to your dusty computer. And for me, I have this little slot here that I put the SD card in, and that is that. Okay, so here is the drive, the SD card. It's having me select the 404 card here, and then it'll show me all the banks that are on the card. Everything's red is full, with a WAV file or a sample or whatever, but the gray is clear. So I can choose import and then just pick a file, and then it will import it onto that pad, and then I can exit. There is another way to do this, which is basically by going into the SP-404 SD card, and then you can go into Roland and import. And this is a way I just learned about where you can actually drop in files here, and it'll use a function on the SP to pull them in. I'm going to link to a video from SP-Vids, who's awesome, and he explains it perfectly. So check that out in the top right. All right, well, here I am in front of my 404 that I mentioned. I'm gonna, just kind of cover some of the effects I use when I'm performing a song, and what they sound like, and just kind of what positions I like to put them in and things like that. And then kind of talk about a couple things I have no idea how to do. So if you do, then that'd be great if you could tell me how to do it. But yeah, let's just start. We'll go kind of row. I want to do MFX last. But yeah, so I have the song that we are working on in Ableton, and it is on 12. Okay, so that was a DJ FX looper, obviously, but what I'm going to do is show you kind of, so these 5 effects here are the ones I use. Voice trans I don't use. Maybe I should. I don't know. I just don't right now. So if you have voice trans tips, that'd be awesome. But otherwise, I use filter and drive, not so much the drive, but the filter, which we'll just do that right now. The one thing that I tend to use is this effect grab button. It's really great. I don't see a lot of people talk about it, but this is how I do, performing, quote unquote, basically. You hold it down and it'll show you the active effect. That means that these knobs are tied to the DJ FX looper right now. Basically is what that's telling me. So what I can do is get it to select filter. Now it's on filter and drive. Now all these controls up here for the drive. There's drive right there, and resonance, and the cutoff for filter and drive. I can go to delay, and behind the scenes it switches to delay, and then the track would be playing, which I'll show you, but then I can select the parameters at this point, and then once I activate it, then these parameters are used in their positions that I dialed them in at. So let's do filter on this. I'm going to start it, so effect grab. There's other things to do with that, like tap tempo at certain things. I don't know what pause means. Does anybody know what the pause means? I have no idea. But anyways, I don't even remember when I learned how to use effect grab, but when I did, it was like life-changing. Something clicked for me, as far as that goes. Anyway, filter and drive. So that sounds like this. I won't even put, excuse me, I won't even put drive on because it's just loud and, well, hold on. Yeah, it's distorty, which is good, if you like that kind of thing. All right, so next we have, so with filter and drive, so the low end is very loud when you have it to the left, and then the the higher frequencies come out when it's to the right, and then you can mess with the resonance. I usually don't go past here, just because it gets a little weird. Yeah, it just gets a little high pitched over there, past this point, for me, and what I do with the filter. Okay, so isolator now. Isolator. So isolator is pretty great. It, as it explains in the name, it isolates the different bands, and the bands in this are, I'm going to hit effect grab and then get to isolator. So low, medium, and high. And usually what I do is cut out the low and have medium and high up to kind of drop the bass, basically. So let's hear that. That's with the bass all the way. But yeah, I usually just drop out the bass on certain things, and that kind of sounds good. And then you can turn the lows up all the way, or what, however you want to kind of almost EQ it in a way. Okay, so then voice trans I never use because it sucks. I'm just kidding. I don't know how to use it, but it sounds like this. Wait. It's like some horror movie shit there. All right, so DJFX. I'm gonna save that because it's my favorite. Delay. So delay is pretty self-explanatory. When you hit delay, these knobs affect, control 1, 2, 3. This affects the speed at which the delay is happening, and this affects the feedback, which makes that delay kind of louder, more there, I guess. And then the balance is, well, that affects, you'll see. Here, let me show you. Actually, let me, hello. So I can just, okay, so these are here. So let's do 4, and then we can turn the feedback up to the middle, and then once I turn the balance, like nothing's happening, it's active, but once I turn the balance up, then the delay starts. So I find myself setting these parameters, doing an effect grab on this guy, set the parameters, where I want them, and always make sure that the balance is all the way down, depending on what you're doing. This is just a tip. But yeah, that's about where I sit, usually 8 or 4, as far as the delay goes, the delay time. And anyway, so that's delay. It's a little tricky to incorporate in songs sometimes, but I like it as like an outro. You can do something like this. And it just kind of fades out. All you're doing is making sure the delay is active when you are turning the track off or the sound off, and it'll just keep going until you turn the balance back down, or it fades out. Now, let's talk DJFX Looper. This is by far my favorite effect. It is my favorite. It's my favorite. but you can do stuff like this. It's so fun. Make sure that's still in the camera here. Sure. Anyway, it's really fun. It's addictive. Okay. So when it's active, the control one is the length of the stutter, basically. The repeat that's happening there. This is almost 1-to-1 when it's all the way to the left. So you can kind of see how, you know, the faster it'll start repeating as you go, and it kind of raises the pitch in a way as well. And this is I would say almost like the speed in a way, because listen to this, what this does, this middle knob here. This can kind of be anywhere, even when this is off and on for the DJ effects. So even when it's off, this controls kind of the pitch of the sample. So that I use a lot. I've used it before for like an intro, like you can do this. What? Hold on. Like to speed it up into the song, kind of. I've used that before, and to fade out in a way. You can do that as well. So essentially what's happening is, like I say, it's repeating kind of a stutter effect. So you're controlling where the speed is with this hand or this knob, the 1-to-1 of time. So this is, you know, speed basically. I would say the value, if it's 1, it's 1-to-1. Like it'll stay with the track speed or track BPM. And then this, about the 50% mark, this turns off and on. So you can do a lot of stuff with that, believe it or not. I don't know. It's fun. Okay, so the last thing I have is the multi-FX, which lets you dial in all 24 of these effects. This, I have an issue with it that maybe you guys can help me with. So the one I do use a lot is reverb. That's just MFX 1. So you can hear the kind of the reverby noises here. Hold on. So reverb. So much like delay, this controls the balance of reverb. This is the, let me see here. Okay. So yeah, so whatever you're doing with these two knobs, you're not going to hear it unless the balance is up. And so reverb's fun. I usually just keep it 50 and 50, and then, you know, I'll do something like this. Maybe to end a song or something to that effect. Otherwise, like, there's so many effects on here that I don't use. I know, you know, kind of what they do. I've messed around with subsonic before and tape echo and things like that, but that's more in a resampling environment and something that I just need to get better at and use my 404, not so much for performing, but building songs and writing songs, which I have, but it's so great to just, it takes your track to a different level when you're in, let's say, Ableton or a DAW, and you bounce it to the 404. It just adds extra life to it. So I'm just kind of addicted to that right now, but I want to start doing more in the box as far as that goes. But yeah, the question I have, so it's easy to, like, with this tap tempo, right? Or effect grab button, whatever you want to call it. You can select the effects. So I'm on MFX and it's dialed into 1, the reverb. But when I'm playing and I try to change it to, say, I want it to change to tape echo, it kind of messes up. So let's try this. Yeah, I can't, for the life of me, figure out a way to pick another effect without it being active when I choose it while the song's playing. Let's try it again. I'll go back to reverb, and I'll try to switch to phaser or chorus or something else, and just without it being active. Let's try that. So this is on reverb, right? So yeah, I don't really know how to do that. I don't know if it's possible to, because it just seems like when I, you know, select the next effect, it's already on. But there's no other, I don't know. Yeah. If somebody knows how to do that or can point me to a video, all I'm trying to do is basically have, like, reverb, like, select, like, phaser behind the scenes so it's not active when I'm selecting it. So I don't know why that doesn't work. Anyway, I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I think that about covers it. Those are the effects I use when I'm performing songs. Hopefully that helps a little bit.
Hello, welcome back. So I might split some of this into another video, but basically at that point, I would have been recording the song from my 404 into my computer via I have a Behringer UFO 202. I'll link to that in the description, but it's perfect for recording from the 404 because there's an out for RCA and on the 404 and then in for that on the Behringer device, or, you know, and I would record that into Ableton and then just bounce that, maybe do some EQing on it or something to that effect, but that would be it. I was going to show how to find your 404 or configure your 404 in Ableton, but there's a lot of videos on that. But if you do have questions, let me know. But I'll get back to you or do another video if I need to. For this particular beat, I had to like line up the acapella and stuff, which was a little tricky because I don't really mess with acapellas too often. But yeah, I'm just gonna play out the beat. Hope you dug this video. Hope it at least showed you a little something. In the meantime, please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Preferably a thumbs up because I worked really hard on this one. I hope I get an A. Anyway, here's the beat. Rest in peace, Doom. Peace, guys. Later.
Looks like it's gonna be a great day today to get some fresh air like a stray on a straightaway. Hey you, got a light? Nah, a Bud Light. Early in the morning, face crud from like a mud fight. Looky here, it's just the way the cookie tear. Prepare to get hurt and mangled like Kurt Angle rookie year. The rocket scientist with the pocket wine list. Some even say he might need some psychiatrist. Doom, are you pondering what I'm pondering? Yes, why would the darn thing be wandering? She's just a foundling, barely worth fondling. My posse's on Broadway like mama, I want to sing. Mad plays the bass like the race card. Villain in the place to break shards and leave a face scarred. Groovy dude, not to prove to be rude, but this stuff is like what you might put on movie food. What is jalapenos? Get it like a whooping when you holler at your seniors. Dollar, you can overhear the hashish fiender. He just came from over there, the grass is greener. Last wish, I wish I had 2 more wishes. And I wish they fixed the door to the matrix's mad glitches. Flip so many verses, sometime my jaw twitches. One thing this party could use is more booze. Put yourself in your own shoes and stay away from all the pairs of busted Timbs he don't use. He only keep them to decorate. If you wanna peep him, select a date and bring a deep check like checkmate. I kid you not, on a dotted line sign. Ever since a minor, kids consider him some kind of Einstein on a diamond mine grind. She was dumb fine, but not quite the type that you might wanna wine and dine. Couldn't find a pen, had to think of a new trick. This one he wrote in cold blood with a toothpick. On second thought, it's too thick. His assistant said, Doom, you said. He said, true, through acoustics. Psycho, the flow is drowning Larry's seasoning. With micro power, he's sounding right reasoning. It's easy as pie, 3.14. One more, one false move, and they done for. Hey yo, y'all know what time it is.